together, right? There's maybe a little too much of working together, but we just have, as an industry, we have to work together to make sure we have cybersecurity solutions solving those problems. So who am I? Let me talk about myself for a second so you will know what I'm talking about. So my name is Meni Barzilai. I used to be the Chief Information Security Officer with the Intelligence Services of the Israeli Defense Forces. I've been to the Army for 7 years, the Israeli Army for 7 years. After that, I spent 10 years in the banking industry, in the largest banking industry in Israel. Today, I'm a partner at 42, which is two companies. One is located in Israel, and the other one is located here in Weizsäck, with brilliant, brilliant people here. This is an R&D center, and we're developing various solutions in the world of cybersecurity and cryptocurrency. Specifically, do you know, anyone here knows why 42 is an important number? You know, okay. A lot of people do. If you don't know why 42 is an important number, ask one of those people later. Sorry? Yeah, and one of the things that I'm really, really happy is the friendship between Israel and India. I think Israel is very, very fortunate to have India as a friend. I think we have so much to learn from the things that are going on here. I'm serious. I meet amazing people here, visionaries, people that talk about the future. And I think that if I will have the opportunity to walk this, I'm a great believer in the future of India. And I think that if we will have the opportunity to do something together, we will be very fortunate. And one of the ways that we're trying to promote this collaboration is between 42 Israel and 42 India. But if anyone else want to try and promote this collaboration, I'm game. I will be happy to do that. So one of the things that we're doing, we're trying to solve the identity challenge. And the identity is one of the biggest problems that we have in the world of cryptocurrency, because we don't know who's doing what. And I want to spend some time on that in a second. So, how do you secure your assets? When I talk to people that hold a lot of cryptocurrencies, I hear a lot of buzzwords, right? People say things like paper wallets, cold storage, physical ledger, multi-signature. And when I ask them, are you secure? They say, yes, because we have those kind of things. This is not being secure. In most cases, when I go to companies and I talk to them about the way they secure their cryptocurrencies, and they say one of those things, I discover that they didn't implement it in a right way. Right? This is not being secure. For example, multi-signature. Are you familiar with the concept of multi-signature? Please raise your hand if you do. Okay, if you don't, let me explain that for a second. Multi-signature says that if you want to create a transaction, money transaction, for example, Bitcoin transaction, from one wallet to another, you need 3 out of 5 people, for example, to sign on this transaction. If you don't have 3 out of 5, you cannot sign this transaction. And this is multi-signature. And this is a very strong concept, because it actually reduces the chances of one person to do embezzlement to 0. Because one person cannot do anything without other people. But a lot of people have multi-signature, and when they use this multi-signature, they all sit on the same network, which is not a smart way to go about it. Because if I'm a hacker and I'm inside your network, the moment all of you use the same network to type in your passwords, I have everything and I can do whatever I want. Some people use physical ledger. Some of you raised your hand earlier when I asked if you're using physical ledgers. If you're not matching the information on the screen with the information on the ledger, you're not using it right. And I can actually steal your money. Some people use paper wallets. If you print your paper wallets, some of the information stays inside the printer. If you're not deleting those temp files from within the printer, you did nothing. I can take those files. So those things alone are not enough, and they supply false sense of security. Can you guess what is the passcode of this keypad? Some of you might, yeah? So the thing is, and there is a big secret to the cryptocurrency cybersecurity industry, and I really, really ask you to keep this secret just here in this room. And the secret is that your cybersecurity solutions will work amazingly well. They will work amazingly well as long as nobody's trying to hack you. Yeah. The moment someone is trying to hack you, nothing will work. And this is true for a lot of parts of the cybersecurity industry. So at the same time, hackers are targeting people that have cryptocurrencies. We already know that in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, we know that people will get hacked and a lot of cryptocurrencies will get stolen. We know that for a fact. Even though we have so many amazing startups, so many amazing entrepreneurs, so many amazing solutions, we already know for a fact that we're going to see more cybersecurity incidents. To some extent, the world of cybersecurity has failed to solve this problem. But the reason is that most people don't even do the basic things. And there is another reason, is that technology alone cannot solve the problem. We need people to play along with technology. And hackers are targeting people, and listen, this is amazing. We sometimes see people spending 6 months on attacking one person. If you are a whale in the cybersecurity, in the cryptocurrency industry, and you have $100 million in cryptocurrency, someone might spend, a group of 2, 3, 4 people might spend 6 months on gathering information and intelligence about you, on building attack tools specifically to attack you, and then taking the money without leaving any trace. 6 months. Because those people understand today that stealing cryptocurrency is one of the most effective ways to create a crime and living without a trace. So, it is important to understand that the cryptocurrency ecosystem solves the criminals' #1 problem. This is important. The #1 problem that criminals used to have in the cybersecurity, in the cyberspace, was solved due to cryptocurrency. And the problem was how to monetize crime. Now they have this unsupervised financial industry, financial environment where they can do whatever they want. And we see crime flourish through that. You can see how much this criminal is happy, right? So one of the things that we see today is the emergence of sustainable business models in the cybercrime arena. For example, I'm going to give you an example. Most of you know this example. What I want you to do now, I want you to stop thinking about this example as a computer virus and start thinking about this example as a business. Ransomware. You've heard about ransomware, right? So we have, this is actually a crime startups. We have various people, each and every one of them is an expert in different aspects of crime, and they work together in order to execute a business plan. Now this business plan is illegal, but it is a business plan. They have a CEO, they have a CTO, they have IT support guys, they have salaries, they have bonuses if you did a good job. Everything is like a startup company, except maybe the termination process, but this is a business, and their business is ransomware, right? So they build this computer application that knows how to move from one computer to another, to encrypt all the files in a smart way, to keep the encryption keys in a faraway server. They have monetization systems. You can pay them. You can get the key. You know, some of those viruses today have customer support. This is crazy. You have a phone number, you can call those guys, the criminals, and they will help you buy cryptocurrency, pay them, take their key, open the files, and they will insist of spending 10 more minutes with you just to give you cybersecurity tips, so it will not happen again. Great, great service. Some of those ransomwares today have secure purchase. That means you pay the criminals, they sent you the key, you try to open the key, the files, and it didn't work, they will give you your money back. This is crazy. This is better than Amazon. Because this is a business model, and those people try to pay, because if more people will trust the criminals, more people will pay. But it doesn't end there, because the cryptocurrency industry also supports the darknet. Some of you are using the darknet on a regular basis. I saw that. Well, the darknet is a place on the internet. The darknet is a place on the internet where the level of anonymity is higher, right? You can do their things with a higher level of anonymity. Now, there is a saying, in Hebrew it goes something like, רק כשבן אדם שם מסכה על הפנים, מתגלות הפנים האמיתיות שלו. In English it will say something like, only when a man puts a mask over his face, his true face is being revealed. The moment we've created a place where people can do whatever they want in an anonymous way, we created a place where the worst things that human minds could create are there. Terrible, terrible things. Like killing people and pedophiles, those things are easy compared to the things you can find there. But it also supported the world of crime as a service. Now, you have amazing crime services on the darknet, and you can hire hackers, you can hire people that will do money laundering, you can hire someone that will hack your wife's phone or your husband's phone. You can do whatever you want. This is a website that will help you to buy drugs, and they will send you to drugs home. This is a website that will help you to buy prepaid cards. In this website, you can buy fake money bills, the value of which is about 40% from its real value. So if you want to buy 100 euros, you will pay 40 euros. If you want to buy more, you will get a better price. Just talk to me after the presentation. If you want to buy a PayPal account, so this is a website that will allow you to buy a PayPal account, right? And this is the price of the PayPal account, and if someone is trying to buy it right now, or is it available for purchase? If you want to buy a fake license, driver license for the United States, so here you can choose your state, and you just pay. And the thing is that you pay everything with Bitcoins, right? So do you know how much a credit card stolen credit card will cost on the darknet? About $1.50. Do you know how much someone's identity will cost on the darknet? About $1.50. Do you know how someone's entire digital life will cost on the darknet? His identity, his email, his credit card, everything that he has? Between $5 to $20. You know that. That's surprising. Do you know how much you would pay for a username and a password for a bank account? Between $50 and $1,000. It depends on the bank. There are banks from which it's easier to steal money, and it depends on how much money this person has in his bank. Do you know how much would you pay if you want to buy everything? How much would it cost? The biggest problem with cryptocurrency is that we're always one click away from losing all of our money. One click away. If one of your employees will get up in the morning and he's angry, and he's not happy with the kind of service that he gets, he might transfer all of your money to another account, and that's that. That's that, one click away. So, we're going to talk about building a cybersecurity strategy in the cryptocurrency industry, and we're going to talk about 5 stages. Stage number 1, remember that you need to avoid all SPOF, single point of failures. And this is a very important thing to do. For example, if you use a multi-signature, don't allow all of your people to use the same network to type in their password. This is a single point of failure. Don't have one person that have access to the cold storage. Don't have one person that have access to the paper wallet. Those are single point of failure. Do a mapping of all your single point of failures and try to find a way to eliminate them. Number 2, think about an holistic cyber strategy. So there are 5 aspects of cyber strategy that you need to take into consideration. This is very important, listen carefully. Number 1, cyber attacks. Obviously, this is what most people do, but this is not enough. You need to add to that fraud, and you need to add to that embezzlement, and you need to add to that operational failures, and you need to add to that physical security breaches. All of those things are major problems, and each and every one of those things already cost companies around the world tens and sometimes hundreds and sometimes more than that, millions or billions of dollars. Have an holistic cyber strategy, and remember, technology alone cannot solve the problem. You need to think about the people, you need to think about the processes, and you need to think about technology. We have a lot to learn from the traditional banking industry. Some of the control processes that traditional banks have, we must implement as an industry. This is very important. Those are not our enemies, right? Number 3, play the what-if game. This is something that we do a lot in the army. This is a traditional army game. You think about various scenarios, and you say, what will happen if? What will happen if 2 people from my company will decide to steal all the money? What will happen if one of the people in my company will be kidnapped? What will happen if I will lose all my physical ledger? Play the what-if game. This is a very, very important tool for risk management. Number 4 out of 5. Remember that an effective cryptocurrency strategy is built on an effective cybersecurity strategy. You cannot solve the cryptocurrency without solving the general cybersecurity problem. And in order to build an effective cybersecurity strategy, you need to address various types of controls. Prevention, obviously. Detection, obviously. But this is not enough. We need to do cyber intelligence. Sometimes companies discover that they were hacked and their money got stolen or their information got stolen only when they see someone on the darknet trying to sell this information. Cyber intelligence is very, very important. Incident response. Most of the companies become good with incident response after they experience the first incident, if they survive it. We have to be good with incident response today. Virtual traps, deception, and shared security solution. I want to talk about that for a second. We have to learn how to work together. Hackers and criminals are very good in working together. They share information, they share tools, they have joint projects. We have to be much better. We have to learn how to work together. And the last point for the cyber strategy is that we have to work with the regulators, right? We cannot play dumb, and we cannot say that, you know what, this is a free ecosystem, we will do whatever we want. The future of the cryptocurrency industry is built upon working together with the governments, working together with the regulation. Okay, so where do we go from here? Talk to us if you want to be part of this movement for creating the next identity solutions, for solving the biggest problem with the cryptocurrency industry, which is identity. Talk to us. We would be happy to work together. Cybersecurity is not just a technological issue, it's a business issue. Everybody should talk about cybersecurity. Everybody should understand cybersecurity. Security by design is still the best way to go about it. If you're not doing security by design, it will later on cost much more money, will take much more time, and will be much less effective. Don't forget the basics. The basic things are still very important. Network segregation, permission management, and so on and so forth. And remember that trust is something that we can only create together. We have to work together. Is much more trust. This is a boat, and we're all in it together. If one of us get hacked, it can affect us all. I want to show you a 20 seconds video that will conclude my presentation, and that's that. Watch carefully, this is an important video.
Emma.
Okay, I will show you the video again. Can you turn on the volume? Volume on. Up. Yeah? Because it plays. Yeah? Should we try it again? Yeah! We're excited.
Every day it's getting on my nerves. Oh, I'm begging you.
I hope you come here again. Let's work together. Have a wonderful day.
If you absolutely love this guy's presentation, please raise your hand. And if you have a question for him, only 2 people in this hall raise your hand. That's all the question. This is your time. And the mic will reach you. Gosh, such clarity you've left them with. Well, actually, there is one and one there. Perfect.
Manny, what is your idea about, what do you think about hard wallets, cold storage and treasure wallets and digit bitbox and all those kind of hard